Did you know that your body is a healing machine? It's designed to heal from disease, injury, naturally. But unfortunately, as you get older, we have issues with our cells. Our cells become damaged. We sometimes have toxic overload. And just aging can affect our cells. What if you could activate your cells to do what they did when you were younger? That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. It is the miracle of reactivating our bodies through using activating collagen and Nrf2 activation. So let's get started. I'm going to introduce who's going to be presenting tonight. We will be talking about Nrf2 activation, our activating liquid collagen, which is unlike any other collagen on the market. These two together comprise what we call the Healthy Glow Essentials stack. And then we'll be talking a little bit about who we are, what our company is all about. It's called Lifevantage. So I am so excited to have Dr. Rebecca Glasser with us this evening. She's a plastic surgeon and has been practicing for 23 years. She was on our Lifevantage scientific advisory board for 5 years. I'm Therese Houk. I'm a nurse. I'm a lactation consultant, yoga instructor, mom of 3, grandma of 4, and a breast cancer survivor. I was not looking for another business to do when I was introduced to these products, but I was so excited about the science, and I just was really in my heart wanted everyone to be on these products because they are so good for us. So we're going to dive in and start with this Nrf2 activation. But before we do that, we need to talk a little bit about something called oxidative stress.
Yeah, he's
In
doing
the
fine.
past, oxidative stress was called
Yeah.
free radical
Oh, yeah.
cell damage.
Yeah.
And
She's fine.
I'm
She
gonna
goes in.
So free radical cell damage occurs when we use oxygen. We all use oxygen, right? So I love this illustration because you see this apple. When you cut an apple in half, if you let it sit out, it gets brown, it ages. That is oxidative stress from the outside. Our cells have the same thing occurring on the inside of us. And it's all just a buildup of gunk damage caused by these free radicals. What we have found is that there is a pathway in our bodies. It's called the Nrf2 pathway. It activates survival enzymes that actually will reduce free radical damage. So it'll actually clean up the cells. And so what we see happening is that our cellular function improves, toxins are removed, we get a reduction in premature aging, and it also gets rid of cells that can't be fixed, protects against cellular stress. What we have been able to find with Nrf2 activation is that this is such a powerful pathway to activate in our bodies that Washington State University, independent of our company, came out and said Nrf2 activation is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. Nrf2 may become the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. Amazing. So what if we could stimulate this pathway to do what it did when we were younger? And that is what Protandem Nrf2 Synergizer does. We have been able to show that we can reduce oxidative stress, by an average of 40% in 30 days. That is a very powerful statement. And so if you think about, it's not just about cleaning out our cells. This oxidative stress is directly related to inflammation. And inflammation is linked to nearly every disease that's out there. So, you have to just do if A plus B, then C. If we can reduce oxidative stress, perhaps we could see improvement in some of our disease processes, right? This product, it has just 5 ingredients in it. They're all herbs. Turmeric, you probably have heard of that. Milk thistle, green tea extract, ashwagandha, and bacopa. They're lesser known herbs, but all of these herbs are powerful antioxidants. And antioxidants are what also can reduce oxidative stress. You may think, oh, I'll just eat more kale or I'll eat more blueberries. Well, unfortunately, if you just do that, you're not going to be able to reduce oxidative stress by activating your cell to make these antioxidants. And that's what activating Nrf2 does. We are making antioxidants. So it's like, instead of just one and done when you eat a blueberry, it's like 1 trillion to 1. Very powerful. And that's why we can say we are reducing oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. It's been shown in 100% of humans. So we support natural cellular repair and rejuvenation. And then it's also probably one of the only supplements that has been shown to increase lifespan. And this was done on a study on mice. It increased lifespan by 7%. Crazy, incredible, life-changing. It has been for me. I have degenerative disc disease in my low back, and I teach yoga. And for a while there, I was getting to the point where my back was hurting so much, I didn't think I was going to be able to teach yoga anymore. I started taking this product, not thinking it was going to help with my degenerative disc disease. But after 3 months of taking this product, all of a sudden, I could touch my toes again without it hurting. I could do my dancer pose without it hurting. And the only thing that I changed was I started some activators in this company. So it's an amazing product. I'm going to turn the floor over to Dr. Glasser now, and she's going to share with you our amazing liquid collagen.
Wonderful. Thank you, Therese. I love that we have created this liquid collagen product, because as Therese said, so much of what our Protandim products do is they're activators. They're activating your genes to create something that's special. And so the same thing is true with our True Science liquid collagen. I always think, a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? And take a look at some of these before and afters. If you look on the left-hand side of this young lady, you can see on day 1, she looks very tired. Her eyes, you can see that fullness of her upper lids, the bags on her lower lids, her face, her skin just doesn't look healthy. And then look at her once she's a month out. It's amazing the transformation that she's undergone, in that her eyes are much brighter. She has these beautiful eyes, and you can now see them because you no longer see that heaviness of her upper and lower lids. Look at her skin tone, her texture, her health, her glow. It's amazing the transformation that she underwent. And then, guys, I love gentlemen, because with gentlemen, you always know they're not doing skincare. They're not doing fillers and Botox. They're not doing other things. They are just doing one thing. And in his case, it's a combination of this Nrf2 and liquid collagen. Look at his crow's feet. Crow's feet are those little smile lines that you get when you squint, or if you smile real hard. They've really disappeared. But in addition to that, again, look at the tone and texture of his skin. He's had a lot of sun damage. He's been outdoors enjoying life, right? And look how much better his cheek looks with this new combination. So next picture, please. So, collagen, people say, well, why do you need collagen? Why is it important? Well, I think this is the perfect graphic, right? We start losing collagen as early as our 20s. I mean, who thought that? You look at these 20-year-olds and they look fantastic, right? But really, the process is starting as early as your 20s. And then what happens in your 60s, your 70s, your 80s? You're losing that collagen. And collagen is really the building block of so many parts of our body. We certainly think about our skin, right? It's that architecture, it's that building block under our skin. But collagen is also important for our hair, for our nails, for our joints. And so we have to find ways to replace collagen and do it in a way that really works. So next slide, please. So our collagen is really different. If you look at the collagens that have been out on the market, a lot of people have tried, for example, powders. And powders are great. It was a nice start to collagen. The problem is they're not very well absorbed. Then we started looking more at liquid collagens, and we're like, okay, well, liquids, they absorb much better than powdered collagens, so they're much more effective. But Lifevantage has really taken it another step. So next slide, please. So what makes ours different? And so again, you have to remember, what's the basis of everything we do in our company? We're an activation company. We're activating our genes. So in the case of liquid collagen, what this is doing, it's activating our genes to make more collagen. But in addition to that, it's also activating genes to prevent the degradation or the breakdown of the collagen that you have. So we're working in three ways. We're an activator, which I just talked about. We're replenishing the collagen that's been lost, but we're also able to maintain it. And that's really what makes our collagen so much different than the other ones on the market. Next slide, please. So, Therese and I are a bit of science geeks, with her being a nurse, with myself being a doctor. And so we can't help but show you collagen density. So what does this slide mean? Well, if you look at week 0 and you look at the collagen density, you can see that there's a whole lot of green and black in this left-handed photo. The collagen density is just 30.5. And if you look at the scale on the left, you can see that those darker colors, the greens and the blacks, that means that the collagen density is low. But then look at week 4. All of a sudden, you're seeing all these yellows, all of these reds. Look at week 8, how that has changed. And that shows you that the collagen density is increased from 30.5 to 68.5. That is huge. So we're seeing it visibly, clinically in our patients, but we're also showing it in the lab by what this is doing to collagen density. Next slide, please. This before and after is just fantastic. I mean, does she just look the happiest, brightest, healthiest, glowing patient, right? So what's so important to know about this patient is this is 1-year results. These results don't happen overnight. We're going to show you some 30-day results. But to me, if you want the true transformation, you have to give it this full year. And again, I always like to look around the eyes, because I think eyes are always the telltale sign of aging. And look around her eyes. She looks so much more youthful. Her face is more filled in. Those fine lines and wrinkles are gone. Her skin has a whole new tone and texture that she never had before. This is just an absolutely beautiful result. All right, next slide, please. Here's another one. Again, now this slide is incorrect. It should be at 1 year at the far right-hand side. So 1-year results. Again, look at the changes in her face. Look around her eyes. that heaviness, those bags under her eyes. Look around her mouth. You know, she's got what we call those deep nasolabial lines and marionette lines through there. And after a year, she looks like a completely different person. Look a little farther south. Look at her neck. It is completely transformed. All of that has filled in. So she's gotten this absolutely gorgeous result. She's always beautiful, right? But this is just, it turns back the clock. It is amazing. Next slide, please. We talked about the neck. To me, in plastic surgery, the neck is such a difficult place to address because our necks either get thin or they get too much fullness to them. So in her case, look at the tightening that she got in her neck. It filled out, it smoothed out, it looks so much more youthful. Again, I don't know of a surgical procedure to fix the neck like this. This is liquid collagen. You just drink it every day. It's a beautiful result. Next slide, please. We talked about hair. You know, who went through COVID or had other stressors and have lost a lot of hair in the last few years. I love this picture because it's showing new hair growth. In addition to that, not just hair growth, but texture, tone. Is your hair shiny? Is it healthy? Does it look full-bodied? This is a great way to do it by supplementing with our liquid collagen. Next slide, please. 86-year-old skin. This is so important because, again, we all have our parents, our grandparents, ourselves. As we age, our skin gets thinner. It gets more fragile. It's easily torn. There's bruises all over it. So do those people benefit from collagen? Absolutely. I mean, look at the changes just in his arms after 45 days. You remember the skin, that's the largest organ of your body. It's your protector. It's protecting you against outside forces. And so wouldn't it be smart to improve the health and wellness of your skin? It's a great picture. Next slide, please. All right, legs. You know, when we first brought out liquid collagen, everyone was taking pictures of their face and they forgot to take pictures of their legs. But again, what happens as we get older? We get a little more cellulite. We get a little more of that lumpy bumpy in our legs. And again, this is just a great result showing that filling in of that dermal layer, of that collagen, of that structural support to our outer skin. Next slide, please. So we talk about Ready, Set, Glow. These products can be taken separately or together. They enhance each other. They work better together by combining Protandim Nrf2 to work by activating your survival genes, things like antioxidant enzymes, anti-inflammatory enzymes, anti-fibrotic enzymes, and then combining that with liquid collagen in order to activate your genes to make more collagen and to prevent the degradation of the collagen that you have. Next slide, please. So, Therese, you want to talk a little bit about this slide because I think this is important.
Sure. So you might be saying, oh my gosh, I want both of these products. The Healthy Glow Essentials stack is the way to go because you do get a little bit of a discount if you purchase both products together. We have a 3-tiered level of pricing. If you buy it just as a one-time, as a customer retail cost, it's $219.99. We don't recommend that, number one, because it's super expensive. And number two, because 1 month is not going to tell you a whole lot. It's not, you're not going to see probably as good of results as you will in 3 to 6 months. And like the pictures that you saw, even a year later, the results that you're going to see. So if you are super interested in giving this a try, you would at least want to get on subscription. There's no requirement that you have to be on it for a certain period of time. There's no fee to being on subscription, but you just get your product shipped to your door every month. You don't even have to think about it. And so that's just $197.99 for the two. And then if you're all in and just know that this is what you want to do, and maybe you can think of a few people that also might be interested in being on this product, you might think about becoming a consultant because you get an even deeper discount, $175.99. Now, if these prices are completely out of your budget, if you want to just try the collagen, I just want to tell you the prices for just the collagen. You can get it customer retail $175. Subscription is $157.49, or as a consultant, it's $140. And then if you just want to try the Nrf2, that's even less. I mean, it's $66.99 as a retail, $60 just for subscription, and then as a consultant, you can get it for $53. So pretty good deal. So we're going to kind of change gears now and talk a little bit more about what our company is all about. What is Lifevantage? We've been around for a while. We've been here since 2003. We were started with just Protandim and Nrf2. And guess where it was sold? It was sold at GNC stores. And if you can imagine, I mean, I spent what, 5 minutes, 10 minutes telling you how Nrf2 works. If you can imagine a person walking up to a little store clerk and saying, what is this? What does this do? It just was not the right market for us, the right business model for us. So we ended up switching to direct sales, which is what we do now. In 2005, John Canonis came knocking on our door and wanted to debunk our company and debunk Protandim and Nrf2, but he was not able to do that. And his show was ABC Primetime Investigative Reports. You may remember that show. He usually was able to debunk most companies. He could not debunk ours. So he actually, people have looked him up recently, and he still takes Protandim and Nrf2. We are publicly traded on the NASDAQ. Our call sign is LFVN. This is something that you don't find in most network marketing companies. So I love it because we have to report earnings. We are transparent. And also of note is that we are debt-free. We became debt-free during COVID. So we're a pretty solid company. We've been around a while, and we're just growing. I like this slide because when you hear the words network marketing or MLM, a lot of people immediately shut down. No, don't want that. I don't want to be a part of that. It's a pyramid scheme, all those things. And none of that is true. And the important thing to know is that network marketing is burgeoning. It is exploding across the world. This is a $325 billion industry. There is nothing illegal about it. I love the company. A lot of people got burned by maybe some little shady practices in the past, but this company is rock solid, and we are just growing, and we have great products that we want to share with people. This is a proven system, laptop lifestyle. You can start doing this as a side gig. You know, you might have a few friends, you call them, you invite them to a meeting like this, and they're interested. We are a team. We work together. It's not like, you know, you're given this kit and said, here you go for it, give it a try. You know, like most businesses that you start. No, we have a very good support system. We have, you know, trainings, regional, global trainings. We're getting ready to go to San Antonio at the beginning of October for our global convention, which is very exciting. And so this company, like I've been telling you, is just, it's quite dynamic, and I'm impressed with it. So I'm going to let Dr. Glasser talk about this slide.
So, as Therese spoke of, we are a publicly traded company. For that matter, we closed the NASDAQ about a month ago, and our stock has been truly climbing the last couple of months. I think so much of our company has always been pro tandem, but collagen has really become a game changer. And our team, we have a lot of scientists on this team. This company attracts people who are big into science, but collagen was such a game changer because it made it so much easier for people to share, because you're just sharing photographs, you're sharing results. So because we are a publicly traded company, our company is publishes every year our income disclosure statement. So here is the 2022 income disclosure statement. And Therese, I don't know if you can hone in on that a little bit for people, but let me start with just what we used to call a Pro 3, which is a senior consultant 3. And a Pro 3 is someone who's doing 5,000 a month in volume. And you can see, if you look at that middle column, the average monthly commission on someone who is at a Pro 3 level is $659 a month. So I want everyone to kind of think about what's going on in the economy right now and the cost of goods. So even though inflation, well, it went up again, but even though inflation is stabilizing, the price of goods have not gone down. Particularly if you think about it, major things that we use every day, like gas and groceries. So think about it. What would an extra $659 a month do for you and your family in paying the bills? Well, let's say you want to go a little higher up the ladder and you get to a Pro 4 or a managing consultant 1. Well, all of a sudden, that number becomes $1,600 a month. How would that do? What if you wanted to go a little higher? Let's say you wanted to get to Therese's level at a Pro 5 level, managing consultant 2, an extra $3,200 a month. And then you continue up the ladder and you get up to the Pro 7 level or the executive consultant 1, which I'm at. What would you say to $13,000 a month? And these are true numbers published down to the penny. We'll have new ones out in 2023. But it really gives you, I think, a good guideline of what you can do. Because again, if you look at statistics these days, more and more people are getting a side gig because their primary revenue, their primary job is just not paying the bills anymore. And everyone's taking all their money out of their retirement pensions and retirement funds because they can't pay their bills. So to me, I mean, I'm a scientist. I'm a huge science geek. I believe so much in these products, but I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the business, because this is an absolutely amazing business opportunity for everybody. Next slide, please. So time to take action. I had Therese put this slide in because I think, again, we're trying to keep this talk short, but there's so much more information. Okay, we just got the tip of the iceberg talking about 2 of our products, Protandim Nrf2 and collagen, but we have 20 other products that are wonderful products within the company. And again, I find that people often end up in 3 groups. They look at these slideshows and they go, okay, well, I want to try these products right away. How do I sign up? How do I become a customer? And what I would say is reach out to the person who invited you to this talk this evening, and ask for more information and how you get started on these products. As Therese told you, you do much better signing up with a subscription or a monthly order, because the price is so much lower and you can really cancel it at any time. Some of you all are researchers. I know that type. And go out and do some more research. If you're interested in getting more information, we have a wonderful educational page. Again, reach out to the person who invited you to this talk and get placed on the educational page. And some of you are entrepreneurs and are business minded and are really looking at the business opportunity here. We would love to have you on our team. We have so much team support on Team Biohack. It's just a fantastic group of like-minded individuals, and we would love for you to learn more. So take action, figure out which of those groups you're in, and make sure that you reach out to the person who invited you. So thank you all so much for joining us this evening. We hope to see you soon. Therese will go ahead and end the recording, and then I am happy to answer any questions that you might have.